Hi everyone, welcome to Project Athena. This is the recorded live session of the MCP workshop from Saturday's Founders Call. These are the following subtopics will be explored and you are free to skip to the relevant timestamps. Also a huge thanks to Brooklyn for taking this informative section. Thank you.
Okay, everyone, let's go with the MCP server now. So first of all, what is MCP? You guys have been seeing a lot of Twitter posts. MCP server has been like in trend for almost 1.5 months now. Everyone is trying to build on them.
Yes.
Turns out we all are building MCP servers for quite some time. All of us are in Web3, so you see, people are focusing on AI agent hackathons, AI agents. We are building regularly.
Hmm.
So how LLM is processing transactions on chain is basically what an MCP server is. Without so okay, let's just start it. So MCP stands for Model Context Protocol, and Model Context Protocol is basically the standard set of rules which enable LLMs to have context of application. Context in terms for Web3 based application, if you want to send ERC20 tokens from one address to another, then uh, that is a context of an application for LLM. Then another way is that, for example, if you want to register a .eth name for your profile, you can do that too through automated things, which uses MCP under the hood. Okay, right now, if you can see this, for example, through MCP server, LLMs are able to not only provide you an email, but it can send it out to others as well. Okay. So
Okay.
until MCP came,
Hmm.
what LLM can do in terms of this example was you provide LLM with a subject of what type of email you want to write, and it will give you the content. Okay. After that, you have to go to a mailing system and feed in the email address, feed in the subject, feed in the content, and then you will click on send. Then it will send. But with MCP server, you can do all of that through a single interface of LLM. Now, why MCP? As I told you in the application, it basically enable LLMs and ability to directly plug into tools. Tools in this email case was email send tool. In Web3 context is send transaction, register base name, register ETH name, these kind of tools. Now this is the same example I explained you already. No features. So MCP is basically a product of Anthropic, which also owns Claude Desktop, Claude AI. So for testing out tool workflows and everything, you can basically just install Claude Desktop and integrate it through code. And there's proper documentation. The documentation is very good. That's why I mentioned it in features. Uh, so there are multiple type of programs such as server developers, client developers, and Cloud desktop. Developers basically helps you in testing out workflows as fast as possible using Cloud desktop. Then client developers is where you build your own front end, and Cloud desktop users are they can use published tools which are live from Anthropic side. Developer can publish their tools with Cloud Desktop. I will show you this part in the demo. MCP Inspector. So there's something called MCP Inspector. If due to some reason Cloud Desktop is not working, you can also use MCP Server for testing and debugging. MCP Inspector. Sorry. Okay, on to the concepts. First of all, there is resource, how LLM are trained on a large set or large data sets, right? Now they have a lot of they know a lot of things, almost everything. But what if you want to provide a completely new file which you have written on a completely different, completely fresh subject? Then through these resources you can provide your LLM with data and content. Prompts are basically everyone is or there was when LLM came, there was this hype of prompt engineering, if you remember. So what you can with MCP server, what you can do, you can already create a prompt, uh, internal prompt, which will help LLM to understand user prompts even better. Then there are tools I explained already, like the email tool, email send tool, sampling. Okay, there everyone knows about LLM. completion thing, right? If you
Hmm.
go to Chat GPT API platform, you may have seen it. So sampling is term for completion request. Then routes.
Okay.
All of us was like a little bit of scared with the AI, like how AI is taking over everything, this and that and that. But with roots, you can define boundaries, and your like for your tool, the LLM will only work on that. It won't work on. It won't execute any other tool or any other type of prompt if you set the boundaries. Then there's transport. Currently, MCP Pro works with JSON RPC 2.0, and apart from that, it also works with STDIU, standard input output. There are some other things such as server side events SSE. MCP is not directly supporting SSE as of now, but there are ways to integrate it as well. Okay, let's move on to the demo.
Okay.
Are you guys able to see it there?
Yes.
Yes, yes, Brooklyn, yes.
Okay. So if you go to model context protocol.io, this is the complete documentation for MCP servers. And if you see, there are currently SDKs in five. Like these are the official SDK supported by MCP: Python, TypeScript, Java, Kotlin, C Sharp. I think community is also working on some other languages as well. But for today, we will use TypeScript SDK because that is the best thing I know.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm. We can even like go to quick start for server developers. Like for server developers, you need to have Cloud desktop. Otherwise, it won't work. If you want to build your own front end, then you can use client developers. Okay, let's. I'll explain the code later.
Okay. Brooklyn, this website, MCP protocol website, like, is this from
Yeah,
Claude or like any open, like any, who's building this site?
Anthropic is
Anthropic is
the
behind this thing.
one who's working on MCP and everything. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's open source as well. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay, let's go. You guys have to have Node and npm version if you want to use TypeScript.
Okay.
Then let's like we will follow the official example of weather forecasting tools for
Okay.
sake of easiness.
Eh,
Okay.
eh,
Then I will show you a send transaction tool which I built for my own MCP SDK.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone have node, right? Otherwise, you guys are kicking out.
Okay.
Does this support the latest stable version for the node?
I think so. I'm not sure
So,
because I
what's
haven't been
what's what's
working.
the current LTS? I guess it's V23. I'm not wrong.
I think I'm
Can you
using
check your node version?
22.1. Yeah, let's check it out.
22. It's 22.
20 point, 22
It's
point
22.
something, I guess.
What do you have, Brooklyn? 22 or
Yes,
23?
I
20.
had
22. Okay,
22.12. Yeah.
got it. I have 23.
And is there is a question from money, like for this we need premium or some kind of subscription on Claude, or free account can we try it out?
Okay. For like, if you want to work with the client developers, you need to get the API, and Claude's API is not free. For server developers, it will work in testing it out because there is no requirement of API. Instead, you will use Claude desktop application.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the main SDK part. Uh, which lets you build all the MCP server and shit like that. And we also need um, types as nodes and TypeScript. So you see there's package.json, and if you go to this in dev dependencies, this is in dependencies. You have model context protocol SDK currently on 1.10.1, then type slash node and TypeScript. Okay. After that, just copy paste this part,
Pack
okay, in the package.json.
for dependency.
Yeah, for dependency it is there. Just this part.
Okay.
You can do is scripts. Type is module, then bring here it is. And this is files. Okay, so package.json is ready. These are the things you may just delete or whatever you want. And this is ts config, data ts config.json in the root of the project. I'll just copy this, all of this, and create a ts config.json. Sorry. Okay, here's the main part.
Okay.
First of all, let's create the file as well. Uh, So see, you are importing MCP server. This is the main starting point, kind of. Through this MCP server function, the server will be initialized. As you can see, const server equal to new MCP server. Then there is this stdio server transport. Okay, so this server transport is basically lets you import JSON RPC 2.0 or stdio, depending on the module you are importing. Since it is using stdio, so it's a stdio based transport. Then Zod is, you guys already know. Okay. Then there's this NWS API base. Okay, so about this URL, let me tell you about this API. This API will only work for, I guess, some of the US based cities such as New York and San Francisco, I guess. I'm not sure. But last time when I tried the whole quick start thing, it was working for New York only. Okay, so this is the main URL. In the server file, server function, you can see we have given it name weather. This weather thing will be reflected in the tools in Cloud Desktop. This is the version, and you can give provide it with resources, tools, like basic capabilities. For example, if I name this send transaction instead of weather, I can provide it a tool of send transaction.ts. I can provide it a resource of like resource or prompt like how the send transaction tool will work. So we'll just copy it and paste it. Yeah. Now this is the helper function. Next, let's add a helper function. Okay. So this helper function is basically helps you to pass the National Weather Service API and provide an output. As you can see, async function make NWS request. This will request the data from onto the API. Then with a response, you will get a response from the API depending upon your prompt. Like if I ask it to tell me the weather of New York, it will provide me the weather data from for New York only. If I ask it for San Francisco, it will do that. Okay.
Basically,
and
we can
uses
connect
the,
API, right?
yeah,
Different kind
like
of.
this is the basic example. You can connect APIs, you can do any kind of thing in terms of AI agents.
Okay. We can club
Yep.
multiple APIs also, right? Whether
Yeah,
or
yeah,
any
you
other,
can do
so
that.
we can. Okay.
But if you club multiple APIs, if you provide it with multiple APIs, it may hallucinate depending upon the
Uh,
LLM model.
okay. Okay.
Uh,
Got it. Got it.
I think models like Claude, OpenAI, these models won't hallucinate that much. But open source models, apart from Llama, have high chances of hallucinating. So what you can do is, for every specific API, provide a specific kind of prompt and resource. Okay,
Sure.
then
Okay.
it the hallucination will be minimized.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's, and this is the formatting. What data you are getting from the API, it will be formatted according to this written data. Okay,
Hmm.
event, area, which area, uh, severity, status, headline, and this is forecast period, name, temperature, depending upon all the API thing. Okay,
Hmm.
so this API is providing all these kind of forecast data. So we'll just copy this file and now this is the main tool, implementing tool execution. So this is the things. You see, we have initialized server with a function with a constant called server.
Hmm.
Different. Now, and here it is server.tool. Since server is a new MCP server, that's why it can access this tool function as well.
Okay.
If I name it something like maybe a thing,
Hmm.
now I'll be able to access this tool thing.
Athena dot tool,
Like,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
here, let's just turn it, turn it back to server. See, there's the error. Since first of all, if I even if I declare Athena as a constant, it won't be able to access this tool thing because it's not and it's not an MCP server. How it works. So get alerts, get weather alerts for a state. There are two kind of thing. Okay.
Like
Uh,
get alerts, where we define this thing, like get alerts or get weather alert for state, like are we mentioning this thing right now, like
what do you mean?
like
I
the
could not.
is this a random name or anything it has to do with the API or anything, like get alerts, like
Okay, okay.
are you setting
Yeah,
this
it has
value,
to. Yeah,
you are setting the value,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Get alerts and get weather alerts for a state are like
To prompt.
two tools are initializing there.
Okay.
Both are uh, focused on this weather API only.
Okay.
But like even these are just strings. Okay,
Huh.
even if I name it get get blockchain, get
Okay.
AI,
Okay.
and tag it to this weather API, they will still work as weather thing.
Okay.
Okay, then there's a the letter of state, two letter state code, CA for I guess Chicago and NY for New York.
Okay.
Okay, and we uh, initialized our API, as you can see here, NWS API base, and we have slash alerts area. Area is the state code, like is CANYC,
Hmm.
and this is alert URL. This is alert data. This one will initialize the API for this state code, and this one will provide the data for this state code. Okay, and if alert data is not available, fail to retrieve alert data, something like that. Then there is this feature alert data dot feature. Okay, so features is like what the data this API is providing for the state code. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, I now I remember this get alert is the name of tool, and this get weather alert for a state is the description,
Okay.
and this is the main handler. this whole file, like till here. This is
Mm-hmm.
the whole tool. Okay. Because we are initializing another tool, get forecast, get weather forecast for allocation. This is the same if you go for latitude and longitude instead of state code.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So like for state code, get alert will work. For longitude and latitude, get forecast will work.
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, I'm just repeating it again. This API only works for US based cities.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to find another API if you want it to work in India. Now I have both the tools, get forecast and get alerts. I have tools ready. Yeah. Now running the server. This is the main function where the whole thing is initialized. Transport, as you can see, this currently this example is using STDIO server transport. You can also use JSON RPC 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
Then we are connecting this server to transport, and if there is some error, then we are just consoling it out. And if there is some error in main function, then we are consoling that out. Just copy and paste it here. Now just make sure to run npm run build. Okay, I have the build ready. Now for the cloud desktop, like for testing this application as it is built using server developer example, you
Mm-hmm.
need cloud desktop,
Mm-hmm.
and I already have it. So if you guys can see,
Yes.
there's nothing different, right? Just a
Mm-hmm.
normal cloud desktop interface. There's nothing different, right? Especially here, this part. Now I'll just go back to the documentation, copy this command. What this command will do is will open the desktop config.json file for cloud. Okay, so this desktop config.json file is pre-built. Okay, it comes with all this data, MCP server. Since this command is built for this specific example, that's why we have this weather variable present already. Now in the arcs, this one, okay, you
Okay.
have to basically you will then add your server in the MCP server key. The MCP UI element will only show up in a cloud desktop if at least one server is properly configured. Okay, so like you need cloud desktop in any way for if you want to work with server developers. Okay, now what you need to do is basically copy the whole path of your in build/index.js file and put it in the argument section.
Okay.
So just go to index.js, copy path, and there. There it is. Okay. Save the file and restart cloud desktop. My file is already saved. I'll just restart the desktop. So it is configured. Yeah. Since the server is configured successfully, you can see there are two tools available: get alerts and get forecast. Okay, so let's try it out. Get weather alerts for annual. Let's see what it responds with. See, since I provided get weather alerts, it is kind of a context prompt for the context we provided in the description. Okay, and it is asking whether you want to allow or not. Just allow once. Mm. See, it provided everything about weather.
Nice.
Dense fog advisory, multiple severe thunderstorm warnings, everything. Okay. Now, if I want to go for the get forecasting, let's copy the coordinates for an area. No, no, let's copy this. I'll just do get. Let's try using alerts again instead of forecast for the coordinates. Yeah, I got it. That the coordinates are for New York.
Nice.
Yeah, are located in New York City based on my children or specific severe weather alerts actually impacting this location. Yeah. Since New York is a very big city, these coordinates may just be different from the coordinates the API is grabbing up for state code. But we
Okay.
can also go for what was that, Chicago, right?
Okay.
Yeah, see, let, let the forecasts.
Like, is history been saved, Brooklyn? Like, if you type just CA, will it work? Can you do for like CA?
Uh, I don't think so, but let's try. Yeah,
Okay, but
it works.
okay, it's working. Nice, nice. So nice, nice, nice. So basically, I'll like what I understand. So
But
like everyone, when we
yeah,
start out, we basically build a weather app. So get
yeah,
we'll use some open weather API, and like we call the API, like pass the argument, and there will be an interface like enter the latitude longitude. When we click, we'll get the response. So right
yeah,
now with MCP, like if we can put a, like we can there is an input box, we can the same prompt you type like get weather for Delhi, or a coordinate.
yeah.
The AI
It
will
won't work.
understand, AI will get the response, and you can get it like a description kind of format, right?
Yeah.
Basically we
So,
can connect an API. Is that you're talking about?
yeah, you have to connect an API which have the data for New Delhi. Then
uh,
only you'll be able to to go for it. As you can see, the output was this. Unfortunately, I can't access
uh,
weather alerts for New Delhi, India using these tools. Since this tool is basically made for the United States only.
this tool
That's why.
means the API one, right? Only the
Yeah, the
API.
API
Okay.
tool. Yeah. So this is how MCP works. Now you guys have seen this difference. Initially, there was just these two options. Now there are two more options, right?
Hmm.
If I just take you to maybe uh, browser-based setup, here it is. There's no
Hmm.
tools available since browser setup don't have access to your path.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Is the thing.
Any real world application? Okay, you continue. Then we'll move on the Q&A.
Okay, sure. Uh, I think you guys have some idea how MCP works, right?
Anyone else? I kind of got an idea right now.
What did you ask?
I guess you guys have some idea now how MCP works.
Yeah, yeah. But I
It,
have a doubt. Like,
yeah,
while you starting the project, you manually making the folders, right? So is there
yeah, right.
not any proper command to automatically generate a structure, a basic folder structure?
No, not yet. Like from official side, there's no command like that. I understand you are what you want is like some command like create next step, right?
Hmm.
Pre-configured thing. There's no command like that from official side, but if let's just search the Google.
Or Divyansh can make, right, Divyansh?
Yeah,
Yes. Like and another doubt was also like can we say this is like an LLM? Like
yeah, it is using LLM basically. What do you mean?
then why it's different from LLM? Like
Okay.
yes.
How LLM is different from MCP server? See, MCP servers are basically tools which are built on top of LLMs. Now, in case of LLMs, what they can do is provide you with all your queries, right? If you search for something like how to get started with blockchain development, it will give you a roadmap, right?
Right.
If you want to like write an application for a holiday in your office, and what you can do is prompt ChatGPT or Claude or any other LLM that you want to write an application to get a holiday off, to get a day off
Hmm.
due to some specific reason, whatever it is. Okay, it will provide you with the best format, best type of application. But the problem with LLM is they won't be able to send it. Like after you provided the prompt, it provided you with the content. You have to copy the content and send it on your own. That is something LLMs are unable to do, sending files on your behalf, like automating your day-to-day activities. That's where MCP server comes in. They're basically
Hmm.
automating everything through MCP servers. Even
Okay.
if you like, in case of uh, blockchain, like from the starting of this year, everyone is working on blockchain. But
Okay, okay. Got it, Divyansh?
Sir, give a quick recap, sir. I
Hey,
was
hi,
waiting for
DC
the
here.
thing.
okay. Let's just go back to the documentation.
I'll tell Harry. Basically, MCP servers are like AI thing, like you can call it from API, but you can connect an extra API also. So remember when we used to build weather app, like the basic weather app and everything. Like we
Yep.
call an API, like we enter the latitude, then we get response back. Basically
Yep.
here you can connect an API third like MCP, like you can connect a third party API. So from that response AI will understand all the context and it will give you in a descriptive format. That's one case, right, Brooklyn? That is what I
Yeah.
learned.
So apart from APIs, you can build your own tools from scratch.
On
Like
tool in the sense like
I'll show you the demo for Pearl SDK right
okay,
away. Like
okay,
Pearl,
Hari,
okay. So
okay,
Pearl is basically more focused on blockchain side, and you
okay,
guys will have a more better idea on that through that.
okay.
So what I did was build a send transaction tool
Hmm.
for perless decay, and what it does is basically send tokens from one address to another. That's it.
Okay.
So that doesn't use any API or anything like that. Okay, but yeah, it does require that blockchain you want to transact, do the transaction, uh,
Hmm.
the address from which you want to send the transaction, the address to which you want to send the tokens, and the amount of tokens. Okay, so I'll just start with the
Hi.
command.
No problem, Hari. Video
Divyansh,
video is recorded, so you can see.
Divyansh sir, Divyansh sir, uh, we provide a command for setting up everything.
Yes, sir. NPX create.
Let's just name it. Okay. Yeah, here it is. The directory is like being initialized. CD workshop. Um, just-
That is nice.
everything is initialized.
Set.
You have tsconfig, you have package JSON, everything is completely ready. You have in env example what kind of environment variables you have to provide. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
just do copy this, and we have the env ready. And here's the main, or here are all the files, like all the folders which contain all the files. Okay, I'm just gonna put my, since my wallet private key is very important for me, I'll just stop the
Hmm.
presentation for 2 minutes and fill in these details. And for the, let me tell you, for the LLM, we'll use Llama or
Okay.
Mistral.
Okay.
We'll try both of them. Okay,
Okay.
Okay,
so just give me 2 minutes.
Or any okay. Or anyone has a spare wallet key.
sir. I have a spare. I have too many spares.
All of my wallets are spare, bro. They have no funds. You can use it.
Uh,
Where is
Actually,
crypto?
like this, so currently it is working on Monad blockchain only, and
Ah,
I have limited amount of tokens. That's why I just
Okay, sir.
you guys understand it.
okay.
Monad.
No, sir, we don't. Please make us understand.
पर्सनल पे भाव तुमको अलग से समझाऊंगा.
और सर क्या हाल है आपके?
Are we still in the middle of the workshop?
Yeah.
Yes.
Brooklyn,
Yep,
Brooklyn
yep.
setting up the NV.
Yeah, I have.
Brooklyn don't trust us. Piyush.
Ah,
Bro, once
typical Web3 degen.
do you know what happened once? श्वेन ने अपनी प्राइवेट की भेजी अभी को ऐसे ही, और अभी ने स्क्रीनशॉट लेके ट्विटर पे पोस्ट कर दिया और उसमें शिवेंद्र के फंड्स थे.
Shit. Again, not again, not again.
and this
Ah,
and the fun fact is that this video has been recorded and we'll put it in Twitter. So anyway, it's okay.
Shit. I'm unable to share screen again. Why is this happening today only?
It's the curse of live sharing, bro.
Otherwise,
God, why? Like, why?
you exit and I join Brooklyn.
Uh,
Chillu.
I can't even quit Discord right now. It's like I have to restart again.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I'll be back. Just give me 2 minutes.
Brooklyn abandoned us, guys. Workshop
we're
cancelled.
in the middle of the workshop.
Workshop cancelled.
Bye.
Wondered.
Nice meeting you.
Don't write code for your MCP. Just paste the Web2, Web3 server API and it will automatically make MCP API for you. It is simple for now. Support SSE. Someone Om just shared a Wait, I will check out.
Om,
Brooklyn joined back.
Om sir, are you creating this or this no I no
Oh, yeah,
Ah,
You are
I
creating
have
this?
made it. Just
Oh, nice.
yeah. So I have made it. Applied for YC. Let's see.
Followed by Hari. Hari is the only guy
Who
follow.
applied for YC, bro?
Me.
Oh,
Nice.
nice, bro.
Nice.
Let's see what happens.
All the best, bro. Shit will work.
What do you think, guys, for this tool? Basically, what my tool does is, you just paste your Web2 Web3 APIs,
Huh.
server
Mhm.
APIs, and I will convert that API into an MCP server. You don't have to write any code,
Hello.
and you
Damn,
can just
bro.
use that.
Sound.
Yeah.
You can just use that SSE thing, SSE API in Cursor or maybe Claude. For
Okay.
Claude,
Yeah, this guy
there's
built
no
a
SSE
yeah,
support.
actually.
Okay. Ombro, like wait for the last. Will you can also give your small demo. This thing.
I don't have a demo right now. Like it's
Let Brooklyn complete this thing. Then we'll do it. Okay.
okay, sure,
Okay, Brooklyn,
sure.
you're back. Okay.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm just
Brooklyn sir, keep in mind, just if you miss due to this, another will take the opportunity. Okay.
yeah, yes, obviously. Okay, let's
Like Brooklyn, like disc full time Brooklyn's on Discord. Discord is like, nah, not today.
now it's
Okay,
working.
we are back. We are back.
Yeah.
Launch saved.
I have filled all the details in my ENV.
Okay, great.
Let's
ENV
do
is
it.
filled. Okay.
Okay,
You have added
let
your wallet and
yeah.
Llama.
Okay, I
Llama.
can can't show wallet private key, but these are the LLM API key I took I got from
Got it,
Grok
got
Cloud.
it, got
These
it.
are free,
Yes.
and I will delete them later, so don't try to use it.
Okay.
So we'll just install all the dependencies and do one render. Hopefully there won't be any error. Okay, let's go for Llama. Okay, there's some problem with the yeah they have Grok Cloud have changed the model's name. I just have to go to Grok Cloud. We'll copy this one. Put it in the Llama service, and let's try it again. Yeah, it's working. Okay, if you see this account address from private key. This is the account address against my private key. Blockchain transaction tool is registered. If you type exit, then it will quit. Let's try sending some token. And or one monarch to the address. I just copy the address.
Do you need address, sir?
What?
No, do you need the send address? I have.
Okay. Testnet. Anyway, it's in testnet.
Yeah.
Send one
Bro,
more.
testnet is
Send one monarch
very
to the
hard to
address.
get.
Okay, let's first ask the AI what are the things required for this transaction tool. Details processing transaction. Okay. To send Monad tokens on Monad you need to provide two required fields: recipient address and mountain way. If you provide it directly in the native token or native currency, then it will also work. So I'll just try to do this. One Monad to the address. Be more specific. Okay. Let's see if it does. Why is it not working? I guess there is some problem with Llama. Let's try to use Mistral. I should have updated this.
Nice.
Nice.
This is the complete transaction. If we click the copy this link and go to like to search it out,
Hmm. If
it is taking you to Explorer directly. And as you can see, the transaction was successful. And right now it was like valued at one. Uh, let's do one more transaction. I
hallucination is
just
there, right? Like if AI,
yeah, hallucination
if
is there.
AI,
Actually, the thing is, Grok Cloud recently have updated this what these models. So that's why there is some problem with Llama and Quen. Mistral is working completely fine, but Llama and Quen are not working. So currently I have 13 Mon tokens. Let's do one more transaction. Okay, let's try to send two Monarch tokens this time. By the way, I'm using my address only, my wallet address, so I can keep up with the tokens.
Sir, this is bad.
at least send to Hari, right? Hari?
Yes, yes.
To
Why
recipient.
some problem?
No
Insufficient
insufficient
balance.
balance.
Oh,
You
there
have
is
less
something
than
going on here.
2 weeks.
Two.
This
2 weeks.
was the same. Let's okay. Another. Send one moment. I guess the tool is taking 10 is to power 19 instead of 10 is to power 18. That's why it is.
Okay.
No, it's working now, right?
Yeah,
Brooklyn,
it
but
works.
if
Yes.
AI hallucinated on that prompt part, like instead of one, what if it sent 10? Like 10?
Yeah, that's the same thing Piyush asked me.
Hmm.
And that can happen. It is completely
AI.
possible.
Okay.
But you can like minimize the chances of this thing by internal prompts.
Hmm.
Like currently, this SDK doesn't have any internal prompt, so it has a very high chance of hallucinating, especially with open source model. If I use OpenAI, this the chances are very minimal. Okay, but OpenAI and Anthropic are kinda expensive, and these are free models. That's why.
Okay.
And if you like just go for a like I have this tool here, I have this config. If I create a new profile called prompt config and provide a prompt to every in like specific to every single LLM I have initialized, the chances will be very low.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I had 13, now I have another transaction. You can just copy the transaction as instead of the whole URL, and you can check it out. Yeah, here it is. One minute again.
Okay.
Okay, so
Nice.
currently the Perl SDK only comes up with this send transaction tool because what we want is to let the community build all other tools. We just wanted them to have an example on how you can visualize these tools. And this is not the updated SDK actually. We have like integrated the SDK with secret world, but it is like it requires a front end as well, so the work is going on that part.
Okay.
Once done, everything will be there. Okay, let's explore the code. If you guys have time, I can explore all this code for you.
Okay, we
What's
can.
that?
You-
If you guys have time, I can explore all the code.
Explain all the code. Why is
Yeah,
everything is different? Every service is different.
all the services are same. They are just like in initializing a different LLM.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Just
The
try
Anthropic
one,
service is
like try
initializing.
Llama, then try Llama. Llama is Mistral.
Okay,
Mistral you use right now, right?
okay, let's
Then
use
Mistral
Mr.
explain. So.
Okay, for let me explain one more thing. For Llama, Mistral, Quen,
Hmm.
specifically for these three, and even for DeepSeek, I guess, yeah. For these four models, I'm using Grok,
Hmm.
Grok Cloud. So this is the like all of this code is has been built using Grok Cloud only. So
Okay.
what you do is just import chat, Grok, system message, human message, and AI message. System message because for read line, like the system will provide you those options. If you can see in the terminal,
Hmm.
uh, there are these six options, right? Which AI model you want to run. So this is through system message. Then human message is like this one. Uh, Whatever message you are providing, whatever prompt you are giving. Then AI message is like
Hmm.
this one.
Mhm.
This one. This is the
Okay.
AI message. If
Okay.
Llama worked, it would be much more better because I haven't like implemented the response for not response format yet. So okay, what we will do is just using the chat block function, we will initialize a Mistral model. We have to provide the model name, the temperature. Temperature from 0 to 1 is basically give you a way to minimize the hallucination. If you go for 1, the hallucination will be will be at the lowest, and if you go to 0,
Hmm.
it may have something from his own side, the element. Then you have to provide the API key.
Hmm.
Then there's this Mistral response. As you can see, the whole thing, this. After you prompt the LLM, this whole thing, attempting transaction with parents, using account, this all this data until now. Okay, yeah, till this is the response, and after that response, the AI will message.
Okay.
So this is how the models are initialized using Grok Cloud. If you want to look for Anthropic, I have used LangChain, and for OpenAI as well, I I use LangChain only. So that is similar. You just
Hmm.
have to change the uh, variable names, and you can initialize any model. So this is how services are. Now this thread helper function is the main entry point. This is the whole code where through how like things are like basically this thread helper file is connecting all the different files and is the entry point for this application. So here's the like model services I have enabled: OpenAI, DeepSeek, all the model services. Then through this function you are selecting a model. Then through this function you are registering a blockchain tool. We are providing wallet private key here. So if you think like you can add as many tools as possible and you don't have to worry about the wallet configuration because it is added here. And
Okay.
if wallet private key is not available, the tool won't work. As simple as that. Then there's this chat thread. So chat thread is basically how the chat between a user and the AI goes on, and we are using readline for that.
Hmm.
Readline helps you to have this chat-like conversation in terminal only.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. And chat thread have this all the what tools are available, if the tool is registered or not, which model are you initializing, and these kind of things. Okay. So this is the code, and this is the like this is process AI response. So depending upon your prompt, the this function will respond using the AI. Okay, this is one another function. Then if you go to network configuration, currently we are on Monad testnet. We try to build it as simple as possible and with those resources which are pretty much popular with everyone. In in terms of EVM, VM is very popular, and VM has around I don't remember, but 100 plus chains are supported by VM. Okay.
Hmm.
So if you want to work on any new chain, which just launched, check VM. VM probably have the support there. So what we are doing is creating a public client, creating a wallet client. This is the transport function as in a MCP server HTTP. Then we are importing on our testnet from VM/chains. And like basically this whole thing, function create VM public client, is initializing the testnet, the Monad testnet, on which the AI will use this send transaction tool.
Hmm.
Okay, this tool config is basically the file which is the context of a tool for LLM. Okay, on according you have to build the whole tool according to this file, especially this, especially this thing. Okay, and then execute. You have a function there. Like these are the example tools I have built for testing. I have to remove them, but yeah, this is how you build a tool. And then there's this send transaction tool. So there are two things. First, you have to have a contract. Okay, either you have to have a ERC20 contract and then connected, write the hard hat code for it and then initialize the tool. Or what you can do is just to use VM and create a tool here. Okay, and this is the main thing, execute function. Here's the gas estimate function. And if you see, uh, these are the required things to the address and value amount. Okay, and this is the balance. Okay, and this is the send transaction using each send transaction. This each send raw transaction, send transaction function is coming from VM only. So you don't have to have a hard hat script running under it for send transaction. But in case of any swap or any uh, other kind of tool, more complex ones such as swap. Swap is one of them. Another one is deploy. For deploy tool, if you want to deploy an ERC20 token or an ERC721 NFT collection, then you have to have your own tool with all the address and API codes. So that's how this file SDK is working currently, and more versions are coming soon.
Nice.
That's
Great.
it from file side.
Is it done, Brooklyn? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we'll move to Q&A. Any
Yeah.
doubts anyone have?
Sir, how much it is like you might have MCP servers, right? How the
Yeah.
hosting of this MCP servers work? Like how we will be
Okay.
able to host this MCP servers?
So MCP servers are just, you can basically, you see, the publishment is dependent on Anthropic. If they like your tool, only then they will publish it with the live application of Claude. Otherwise, they won't.
Oh,
Another
MCP is
thing,
not open source.
yeah, it is open source, but if you want to host your tool for Claude,
A
specifically
marketplace
for
kind of
Claude
thing,
AI,
right?
then if they accept it, only then you will your tool will be hosted. Otherwise, what you can do is build your MCP server, connect it to a front end, and host it through Version or Netlify or any other hosting platform.
No, so weightage of this MCP servers in the server side. See,
Uh,
like we have been working on some ELISA agents, and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the real issue came with the hosting of those things. Okay,
Okay, okay, okay.
so how does this works as the MCP? It is a protocol basically. So how does
Yeah,
this
yeah.
works, and does it add extra weight to the agents that's working backend, or it will be like making the work smooth?
Okay, okay. So what you want to know is whether this MCP server will add weightage. What weightage in what reference?
Weightage in computation power, so like
The
how
log.
Okay,
many
okay.
reads it will take.
Yeah, yeah. If you are working with MCP server, whenever the application is using some tool, the computation will be a uh, bit higher than normal one.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, because what it will do, there's a process, a whole process. First, it will check all the tools available. Then which one is the closest to your provided prompt? Okay, it will execute that one.
Hmm.
So, in layman words,
Okay.
that's how MCP server works.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, but if you see, let me present it again. Hopefully, it will work. I still think I am still thinking whether I should present it again or not.
Why?
It's
Yeah,
Brooklyn. Basically,
yeah,
like if real real like apart from weather app, any product I
yeah,
want to build, mm, like that I want to like from front end or client. This is server, sorry, right? The MCP cloud desktop one. Mm?
the example I have shown you is the client example. Actually, it's not. It was not server. It was not using post or get request. It was on client side.
So if the like weather app, I want to use a different third party API. Let's say it will
Yeah,
get the wallet history or the if I
yeah,
pass
yeah,
a wallet or any web 3 relation, basically I will get a result. From there,
yeah,
I
yeah,
want to study the AI need to study the response, then act accordingly. So I can implement this thing
yeah, yeah.
right there, right?
Yeah. If you want to try this thing without coding yourself, then try OM's application. It is pretty good. I tried it myself.
Nice. Like when did you try
Yeah.
that thing? Like right now or before?
In the evening.
Oh, nice. Then we'll try.
And and provide some valuable feedback to him as well.
Nice, 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 nice.
But basically, you can use any kind of API, Web 2, Web 3. If you want to for example, if you want to integrate a swap, I'm focusing on swap because swap is much more complex than a send transaction tool.
Hmm.
For swap, you need the API first of all, the development API. And after initializing the API, you also have to initialize the swap tool, like how the tokens will be started. So create that API. It's not
Is it Brooklyn's voice or mine getting?
Princess.
Hmm.
Nikhil sir,
and
are you able to hear? And Prince
No.
sir?
No, I can hear you.
hello, hello.
I know Brooklyn's okay.
Are you able to?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, okay, okay. I was not speaking that time actually. I was waiting for response.
Okay. Got it.
And one more thing, if you go to the client side of the MCP official MCP standard,
Hmm.
like I demoed the server developer example for easiness because uh, getting an API is kind of tedious in case of models like Anthropic and OpenAI.
Hmm.
But I tried something different.
Hmm.
What I did was I gave Claude the whole code for client side. Okay,
Hmm.
client side I keep a whole code for MCP initializing MCP service with weather API, and instead of Claude, I asked him to provide me the whole code for OpenAI. And these things are also available. You can initialize different models.
Okay.
It
Got it.
works. It works
Got
completely fine.
it. Got
But
it.
since MCP came from Anthropic, MCP is more suited to uh, models like OpenAI, Claude. Okay, especially OpenAI and Anthropic. Apart from that, there's some problem with open source models, especially. Even with DeepSeek, there is a lot of problem there.
Okay. Got it.
And for MCP server, one more benefit whenever you are building an AI agent is you don't have to build a front end, build a whole full stack application to test out your tool. Just you do server developer, integrate with cloud server and test it out first, then go for the front end.
Okay.
Hello, Nikhil.
Hello. Yes.
So
Sir, see my DM, sir.
Okay. Anything else, Brooklyn?
no, not from my side.
Okay. And
If anyone
like,
has any
can you show
question,
me the?
Hello, hello.
Hari, sir, GM.
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 Long time no
Sir,
see.
like, can you show or like explain what you built? Like, anything you want to
Yeah, yeah.
add?
Let me share the screen. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, the screen is visible, right?
Yes, yes,
Hello.
yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is my app. Basically, I just logged in. So basically let me just create a tool. Wait. I'll just log in with a new ID.
Okay.
I just signed in here. So basically, I am creating a collection where all the tools will be there. So let's say I create an app here. So you will get this URL. Like for now, it's on localhost because like I haven't deployed it completely. So like just showing a demo. So basically, in the section, you can add various tools. Let's say I will add a remove wiki tool. So description. So remove wiki tool as a API. Like I will just copy. So this is the API that we get from the remove wiki tool. So this is a post request API endpoint. The input structure is string. The body will be form data because it will return us an image. So we should select a form data,
Okay.
and there should be an API key. So here this is my API key and the format like how it should be there, right? So I will just press this, just add inverted comma. We create register tool. We'll go here again. You can see this the tool is created, right? The remove widget tool. What we have to just do is now just use this SSC URL. Go here, add MCP here. Basically, what we are doing in the Claude front end, right? So Claude or Cursor, you can like add this SSC URL. After you have done this, go here, call this tool, just paste this image, maybe.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'll show you the image first. So this image looks somewhat like this, like it has a background, right? Just go here and enter. And don't focus on UI, like I have not worked here. So now if you can see the image that is given by the MCP, so the background is removed.
Nice.
So basically that's the whole point, to create an MCP server without your code. So this URL can work on Cursor MCP, like Cursor workshop, because like the Claude doesn't have support of SSC, but I'm trying to like use the STDIO outputs and inputs. So yeah, for now you can use it on Claude or Cursor and something. Yeah, that's something like that. You can use any Web2, Web3 API. Just you need to know what type of input it will support and what type of output it will give, and if any headers or authorization like key is required for that.
Okay, cool,
Nice.
cool. Basically, where
I
did you get that localhost SSS key? SSH.
So that I generate, that my backend generates that.
Ha ha ha.
So that's the specific URL that you can use over your MCP.
Like,
So
is
that's
it
the code that I have written. So that code dynamically generates an SSC, complete SSC server for your APIs. Like Brooklyn wrote the code for it, right? So instead of that, just bring your API and get your MCP server, something like that.
ha 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 ha.
Nice.
Or
Brooklyn sir.
basically, Hyditell, Hyditell.
No. I want Brooklyn sir to make the bridge.
Bridge in the sense?
Like Brooklyn sir taught us the back end of this code, right? Like what's happening in the real, like in a code level.
Yes.
What Chill Bro said.
Okay.
Is
But
Brooklyn sir active?
Brooklyn not there. Bro, like, is this project you are
Yeah.
building for any open source thing or any grant or anything?
No. Like I am launching this. I'm gonna launch this project soon.
Yeah.
Just the thing is, I am not very much good at marketing, so.
Eh,
So
One
like the project is mostly done. I'm gonna launch it soon on YouTube. On Twitter, maybe.
tag
It's
us,
not open
we'll
source.
see. Tag all of us, like tag us, tag Athena, like we'll see. We will all love
Yeah.
to use the product, okay?
Yeah. What do you think of the product? Maybe like, uh, is it easier or consumer will use this?
If you can make the UX more like simplified, removing less technical term, like it depends. If it's on a developer perspective, it's okay. Developers will get it, but if you want a non-developer, non-techie, we some terms, some clicks or some interaction we can reduce. So it will be cool.
Okay, but yeah, like it's mostly for developers because like the API that
Hmm.
they will bring, that will have a specific type of input. Any API that we also create, they have a specific type of input, like JSON, maybe text, maybe string, maybe.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's why I created that. And like they can sell the SSC URL directly on my app. So if any user want to, create like use that SSC, they can just do that.
Hmm. 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 Okay, thanks.
Um,
Look once
Can I
you.
ask you a question?
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like I'm actually like new to the community. So like I just wanted to ask, like why would anyone trust you with their this thing XAuth? Like if they are giving you their personal API keys which they use for their authorizations, like why would they trust you with that?
Exoth in the means like I didn't get.
Like he just gave the auth, right? Like
That
whatever they
Brooklyn
were requiring.
ENV
That's
file.
not a like that's see that's not a auth. Basically, it's just an API key for that service.
Yes.
So basically, if you are using a service, you have to generate an API key on their platform, right?
Yeah.
So that's the platform's API key, not your authorization API key.
Okay.
Okay, then, but
Yeah.
you said like this would be that MCP servers. Then why did you say it like that?
Basically we were joking about the ENV things. Like I said, like you are not trusting us. Is that the part? Like,
No. Just this OpenSOURCE app only. I was telling about this one.
Yeah. What there? Can you repeat it?
Yeah, so like my question is like why anyone would trust you like with their API key which they have made for their user specific thing. So that part I didn't get. Like how would you like mask that? Because like they should get a guarantee from your side, right? Like that you won't misuse their API because with that API only you can access their whole thing, right? You can say that AI requires that, but if you are planning to market it, I think you should see
Yeah,
that
so
part of it.
basically, what I can do is when user input their API key, right? So I will store it in a encrypted form in backend.
Yeah, you can do that.
Like,
There's no harm in that because
yeah,
yeah, like
just the
just
API
you
key
have
will
to
be.
yeah exactly like you have to make them believe that because like I'm just telling this because you asked like what would be the marketing things. So yeah, so like
Mhm.
this would be a major concern. So I think you should
Yeah,
focus this thing first.
yeah. Like I can do that. Encryption is not a big thing. I will just encrypt while storing and decrypt while using that maybe on front end.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I think it's all clear, right? Brooklyn also left with some internet his issue.
Yeah.
I think we can wrap this up, right, guys? Like,
Yes, yes, yes. Good presentation on Chiller Bro and Brooklyn Bro
Chilean bro and Brooklyn bro will.
after seeing Twitter.
Yes, we'll upload it. This time we'll upload like edit this and put it in YouTube and
Hmm.
Twitter. Okay.
Okay.
Bye guys. Bye bye. Have a great weekend and everything. Bye 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 bye
Bye,
bye
bye, bye, bye,
bye
bye,
bye.
bye.
Thanks for joining us till then. Bye 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 bye. Bye Tanuj. Bye Kishore. Bye Divyan. Bye Heidi sir. We'll
Bye,
connect
bye.
soon. Let me join somewhere else. Okay. Bye bye bye
Okay.
bye.
Bye, bye.